You might think your age is etched in stone, marked by candles on a cake or digits on your driver's license, but biology has its own way of keeping time, and it doesn't always agree with the calendar. Welcome to the world of blood-borne biomarkers of aging, where a single vial of blood can whisper secrets about how fast or slow your body is truly aging. Forget horoscopes and wrinkle counts. This is molecular clairvoyance, backed by hardcore science, that can reveal whether you're sprinting toward senescence or strolling like a superager. Let's start with the high-profile troublemakers, IL-6 and TNF-alpha. These pro-inflammatory cytokines are like the gossip columnists of your immune system, overly dramatic, always alert, and never entirely helpful in large doses. In youthful bodies, they spike briefly to help fight infections or heal wounds. But in aging bodies, they become chronic background noise, a biochemical hum known as inflammaging. Persistent elevation of IL-6 and TNF-alpha in the bloodstream is associated with frailty, muscle wasting, insulin resistance, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive decline. They are, quite literally, blood-based predictors of how old your inner machinery feels. When IL-6 rises, it's often a sign your cellular defense team is tired, overworked, or misfiring at shadows. Then there are the sweet but sinister villains, advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These are the result of sugars binding to proteins or fats in your blood, a sticky, irreversible process that gums up tissues and triggers oxidative stress. AGEs cross-link collagen, stiff joints and wrinkled skin, damage blood vessels, and play starring roles in diabetes and neurodegeneration. Unlike birthday cake, these sugary deposits leave no joy behind. The more AGEs circulating in your blood, the more cellular damage you're accumulating, and the closer you inch to the brittle, inflamed version of aging that nobody asked for. But the crown jewel of blood-based aging measurement? That would be the epigenetic clock. Instead of looking at visible damage, it analyzes patterns of DNA methylation, chemical tags that turn genes on or off without changing the DNA itself. As we age, certain methylation patterns emerge with uncanny consistency, to the point where researchers like Steve Horvath and Morgan Levine have developed algorithms that can predict biological age with a margin of error of just a few years. The most advanced clocks, such as GrimAge and PhenoAge, can even forecast mortality risk, disease onset, and functional decline better than cholesterol levels or blood pressure. It's less like reading your fortune and more like reading your owner's manual, updated in real time by your body's experience. Other contenders are also stepping into the biomarker spotlight. C-reactive protein, CRP, is another inflammation marker that correlates with cardiovascular aging and chronic disease. Fibrinogen levels hint at clotting risks and vascular wear and tear. Insulin-like growth factor, 1 IGF-1, when too low or too high, can predict metabolic shifts and tissue aging. Meanwhile, changes in albumin, creatinine, and blood urea nitrogen often show up quietly in blood panels as signs that the organs, particularly the liver and kidneys, are adjusting to the long game of time. And don't forget white blood cell counts, especially the neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio, NLR. This subtle marker is gaining traction as a predictor of immune aging, cancer risk, and all-cause mortality. A rising NLR suggests that your immune system is tilting toward chronic inflammation and away from targeted, adaptive defense, a biological foreshadowing of trouble ahead. The beauty of blood-based biomarkers is that they're accessible, dynamic, and increasingly precise. Unlike an MRI or a biopsy, blood doesn't lie politely. It spills its molecular guts in real time. And unlike the birth date on your passport, your blood biomarkers are changeable. Lifestyle, sleep, exercise, diet, and stress management can influence nearly all of them. Lowering IL-6 or TNF-alpha, reducing AGEs through diet, or slowing your epigenetic clock is no longer the stuff of sci-fi. It's the frontier of personalized medicine. So, can we measure how old you really are? The answer is yes, if by really you mean biologically. Your blood carries a running commentary on your past habits, present state, and future risk. And unlike that high school reunion invitation, you might actually want to pay attention to this version of your age. Because in the end, chronological age is what the calendar says, but biological age is what your blood knows.